Creed, he's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Katt Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right?
They would not let him get off without a guilty because they know with the guilty, Universal can justify what they want to do. You can't be Kane the Conqueror anyway no more. You was being chased by a bitch. Kane the Conqueror can't be on. Are you serious? They'll show the movie where he'll be like, rah! Then they'll show him down the street. Got it.
You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. You just understand it's a play. And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you you won't be allowed to read a comic book.
He was on his way to becoming one of Hollywood's brightest stars with a promising future as a Marvel villain. Your reaction to that verdict?
Shocked. I was absolutely shocked. I'm standing there and the verdict comes down. I say, how is that possible? Based off the evidence, based off the prosecution's evidence, let alone our evidence. How is that possible?
None of the evidence against the woman was allowed in the courtroom. Jeez. None of the evidence they had showing what she did was allowed in the courtroom. They said, we don't care what she did. Even though she got arrested, they didn't want to prosecute her.
Grace was arrested and charged for assault, but will not face prosecution.
Right. That's hurtful. And you reverse that, and you saw a black man chasing a young white girl down the street, screaming and crying. That man is going to be shot and killed in the streets of New York City.
In a statement, Jabari's attorney wrote in part, justice was finally served today, proving that the truth can prevail even in the face of power. Her unwavering resolve to see this case through to the end was born out of her desire to give other survivors similar courage when justice requires.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go, see, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women.
That's bull crap. You got it on video. This man is not guilty of assault nor harassment. He is guilty entertaining the company of lily white women. You are guilty of emasculating the dominant society. If you're a black male and you have flaunted these white women you got sexual access to, ain't nobody forgetting that.
Movies don't matter. Work don't matter. Your education doesn't matter. In that moment, what I felt was, I'm nothing.
Hey, Jonathan, that they did to you made history. What they did to convict you as guilty is not even justice at all. They went after you.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
This modern woman's fundamental nature is not to only dig for gold, but she's also digging for status, needing more exposure, and climbing the ladder of hypergamy. This modern woman right here did all she could do to stay in the limelight with Jonathan Majors, feeding off of his success, positioning herself, jockeying to enjoy the fruits of his labor. But then once she saw that starts to disintegrate and wash away from her, she did all she could do to hold onto it with her talents. And realizing that Jonathan Majors went running to Meagan Good, realizing that she was going to lose the bag, her emergency plan, get the law on her side, and extract as much resources, time, and money from Jonathan Majors in one last ditch effort.
If a can win, a gonna choose to win over righteousness. That's why they collecting money from mother they ain't even around no more. They went for the win.
Maybe if I can't go with you, maybe I can prevent you from ever going. Because you see, in their sick, warped, twisted mind, if they can prevent you from going, well, since you're not going anywhere, you might as well stay here with me. You just understand the havoc that they will wreak in your life while you're sitting there with that. Opportunities taken from them permanently as a result. These are the lessons from Jonathan Majors' conviction.
That these ladies of sinister, serpent-like intent will use you overtly or subtly, intentionally or unintentionally. What it comes down to is human nature. It's in her self-interest to get as much as she wants from Jonathan Majors. Unfortunately for a man that did not get the signs that he can never turn a fun-loving, party favor poppin'. She may have trouble with her substances, she may be chaotic and off her rocker just a little bit. I'm just speculating, just my opinion here of course. But Jonathan Majors' big mistake, huge mistake, was thinking that he could save this woman. Key takeaway, fellas, don't be a Captain Save-A-Ho.
What did she do to qualify to be with him? Where was she going in life that demonstrated that she was on his level? Another issue that men on the rise have is they tend to develop an appetite for slumming. Fellas tend to develop an appetite for hoes. They tend to develop an appetite for slumming. They tend to stop being discriminatory. They don't make people earn the right to be in their presence.
And you can find this horrible person, this horrible selfish woman in all ilks, in all demographics, in all cultures. I mean, you can find selfish people, but in this case, we're talking about this woman. And this woman, she was not there for Jonathan Majors. You see, she was there for the attention. She wants the attention. She wants control of his situation. She wants the resources, the recognition. She wants the advantage of being with this high-value Hollywood star. She wants the power that comes with being with this high-value Hollywood star. And most definitely, she wants the validation that comes with being this high-powered Hollywood star. This man on a come up. This man who had the world in front of him. But what she didn't want to do is she didn't want to acquiesce. She didn't want to calm herself. She didn't want to play the role, play her position. You see, she's just a modern woman like most of these modern women who think that their ethos is that I'm good enough and you gotta bow to me. I mean, you're with me, ain't you? And just the fact that Jonathan Majors put himself in that position, as he will admit, he should have left that woman as soon as he knew what she was.
Our relationship was not healthy. With the red flags, I found this is dangerous. This is months before the incident. I should have said, no, this isn't working, and I should have walked away, and I didn't.
Just the fact that he put himself in that position, that's what has destroyed this man's career. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care if he bounces back. I don't care what the trajectory of his life will be from now on. He's never going to be King the Conqueror again unless Disney makes a 180-degree decision, and that's going to be crazy. Yes, he's going to appeal, and hopefully, just hopefully, justice will come out in the eyes of most people who seen a man running away from a crazy woman, who seen a man attempting to get his property back, who seen a man call the police when he thought that this individual, his former partner, was in trouble, that he had nothing to do with her condition at the time, who thought that she had hurt herself. Hopefully, this individual, this man, finds his way to pick better people.
How dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house? Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama, Barack Obama's wife. My temper, my shit, my travel blah, all that said, I'm a great man. A great man.
Give us like the context of the conversation.
It was me trying to give an analogy of what it is I'm aspiring to be. I was attempting to motivate, to give perspective as into what it is I was hoping to get out of the relationship. I think that's fair.
You see, this is why a lot of folks wanted to look for a better class of woman, a better type of woman, a more traditional woman, because they are better in the way that they treat you.
See Jonathan Majors, what he went through, Marvel dropped him as soon as they're guilty.
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Meagan Good. God bless you, coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty, 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 guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
She's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta. I'm so blessed to have her.
Hey, yo, we ain't trying to say Meagan Good is a traditional upstanding woman or anything, but she did come in clutch, going by Jonathan Majors' side to show her love and support.
I think I found her.
The one.
I hope she just stick with me.
Meagan Good is hustling. Jonathan Majors, he was one of the most sought after actors in the world. Meagan Good is on his side because she want them gigs that's finna come now. She about to be the Tubi queen in this mother.
Not the Tubi queen. Shout out to her hustle.
Jonathan Majors needed something more of a prop than a Bible. Even though we all know that he should be having faith and God on his side, what he really needed in this particular case was a strong, beautiful black woman to help rally support around him.
Your greatest fear of being a black man in America came true, suggesting that race was a part of this.
Of course it is, without question.
You know me as being Vietnamese, but I am also half white. Having an ethnic look to me, I was made very well aware by the dominant society around me that I was of mixed blood, a halfling. This is important to say because even with all that, I always had absolute trust and faith in the justice system will take the side of what's right, that there is no discriminatory practices. This justice system went out of their way to pin anything on Jonathan Majors, not even prosecuting the woman of her transgressions and her aggressions. Case in point, we can bring up Josh Brolin, Dana White, Ezra Miller, Pat Bayer, still have gone on to bigger and greater roles. Big blockbuster movies like The Flash, even when it's shown with evidence of actual physical altercations in many of these instances. But oh no, they had to go after Jonathan Majors because all he was doing was simply trying to get away from this rabid, wicked woman.
They was calling the bitch a survivor in the courtroom. This was dancing, wound up drunk. He didn't want no drama, and they found him guilty. Anybody who been through the court system, you ain't surprised. You already know what the court system is. Court system hang you, dog. They don't even pursue these types of cases. It was a misdemeanor. They said, we don't give what evidence you got on this. We're using this evidence against him, and we gonna make it what we want to make it. And I was in charge of this.
My belief that there is injustice in the system. If anyone is deserving of second chances, then Jonathan Majors is that guy. It's more important than ever, you polite savages, that we gotta stand together, stand firm, voice against the injustice against men, calmly, logically, being cool and composed, voice our discontent with the outcomes and unfair practices against the men that uphold, empower, and uplift our society.
You think a white man would have been arrested, charged, convicted?
If you watch those videos and you reverse that, and you saw a black man chasing a young white girl down the street, screaming and crying, that man is going to be shot and killed. That black man will feel that.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe, hit us up on all social media networks, and as always, ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? We're out.
We found true happiness